I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, y'all? We back with another video, man. I just wanted to quickly talk about the Boston Celtics, man. So, first of all, before I talk about the Celtics, I want to say like, subscribe, share the video. I've been doing pretty good on this channel lately, so help me out. We just reached 750 views throughout all of my videos, so that's a little accomplishment for me, but I want to get more and more, so help me out, like, subscribe, share with your friends. But other than that, like I said, we're going to talk about the Boston Celtics, and we're going to take this all the way back to the bubble. So during the bubble, well, actually, we're going to take this back to the last offseason. Last offseason, Kyrie goes to Brooklyn. And me thinking, okay, Kyrie's going to leave. You still got Marcus Smart. And I'm a big fan of Marcus Smart. And I always believe that he can play that point guard position and be a starting point guard. I was like, okay, you guys have a max slot. Vucevic didn't sign yet. Vucevic pairs perfectly with the Celtics. And they go sign Kyrie's little brother, Kemba. And I'm like, what? First of all, my first thought was like, y'all don't want to see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown grow. And the reason why I thought that was because Kemba's not really a playmaker. He's more of an ISO type guy that just gets his buckets. And you know, after that last season in Charlotte, that was his best season so far. And I'm like, he just coming off a career season. And you just got these two young guys who haven't been really doing that good, and that's because what's in front of them. They got Kyrie. They got Gordon Hayward trying to be forced into the offense, and it was kind of hard for them to get better. And for them to sign Kemba, I was like, why would they do that? That was just, I don't know, that just stops the process. And I was wrong, to be honest. I was wrong. Kemba had an all-star season. Jaylen Brown had a near all-star season. Jason Tatum had an all-NBA season. So I was wrong about that. And then you go to the bubble, and they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely wrong. I'm definitely wrong. But the Eastern Conference Finals, they didn't have nothing to stop the Heat. Nothing to stop Bam, because Bam, to me, Bam was the best player in that series. You could say Jimmy Butler was best player throughout the playoffs, so Goran Dragic was the best Heat player throughout the playoffs. But in that series, Bam was just dominating. And I love Daniel Tice, but Daniel Tice could not fuck with Bam. Bam was dominating him. And you kind of seen, like, their problem is they don't have no center position. Like, Daniel Tice is a cool center, but I'd rather Daniel Tice at the forward, to be honest, because Daniel Tice is one of the most underrated players in this league. A person that can spread the floor, shoot the ball, play really good defense, and I really like him. And I feel like if you had him next to Vucevic or any center, that would be good. But yeah, they made the Eastern Conference Finals, and you can see what this team's going. They're going to keep getting better, and I feel like this was the year where they were going to break it. And they might make a finals run. And I felt like with Gordon Hayward wanting to leave, they could do something with that to get somebody in return. And then you go into the offseason, you hear all these rumors about Gordon Hayward being traded for Miles Turner. And then it never happens. And then a couple weeks later, you hear a report. The reason why that never happened is because Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is a good GM, don't get me wrong. When he wants something, he's going to go get it. But sometimes he can be too greedy, and this was a prime example of it. They had an offer for Gordon Hayward for Miles Turner, which is a perfect person you need. Like I said, he can spread the floor, block shots. He can literally do everything at the center position but rebound. That's the only thing he really doesn't do is rebound. And that's kind of hard for him because his game is more based on being outside and stuff. But yeah, they had an offer for Gordon Hayward for Miles Turner, and they didn't take it. And the reason why Danny Ainge didn't take it is because he wanted another starter. He wanted T.J. Warren or Victor Oladipo. Why would Indiana trade one of their top 3 players on the team and another top 3 player on the team for Gordon Hayward? And don't get me wrong, Gordon Hayward is a nice player, but Gordon Hayward is no longer well, actually, he is an all-star this season. He didn't make it, but he's not the Gordon Hayward that you guys signed in 2018. He's not that player no more. And that Gordon Hayward was explosive, can score on all 3 levels, which he can still do. But that Gordon Hayward was different, even though Gordon Hayward is still good. But even then, Gordon Hayward was not worth Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner. So why would he ever think that trade would go through? Why would he ever think they wanted that? So that trade didn't go through, and then you end up losing Gordon Hayward for nothing. So you already lose right there. Then you go into the season, Kemba's not playing. The reason why Kemba's not playing because he's basically played the whole bubble with an injury. Then he had surgery right after the bubble. So, and you guys just look terrible this season. You got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they're playing at all-star levels, but other than that, nobody else is really doing anything. Daniel Tice is here most of the time, but everybody else is not really doing anything. You got a lot of young pieces that are not really doing that good. Tristan Thompson was a cool signing, but he's not doing that good. And Kemba's playing like trash. And this is the reason why I don't want to blame all this on Kemba. Like I said, Kemba played basically a lot of time in a bubble with an injury. Went on and had surgery. When they got out the bubble, it was like early October. And then the season starts in December, and you have surgery. He probably had surgery late October and November. He probably had surgery around that time. But the reason why I'm not going to really say this season is terrible because of him is because look what he had to do. You had surgery probably November, and there's no off season, no training camp, and you just got to jump right back into basketball, no practices. That just killed my mood. You gotta jump right back into basketball, no practices, and it was hard for him. Like, bro, he had plenty of injuries, and I mean, he had an injury. Damn, she just threw my whole mind frame off. Listen, he had an injury, and he really didn't have no all season, no training camp to practice with the guys. He couldn't really play with the guys, and it was kind of hard for him to come back. And you can see it right now. He just doesn't look like Kemba. Like last year, he was an all-star starter. He had a really good season last year. And this season, he just looks kind of lost. His shot's not there no more. And he cost him a lot of games. But look what he had to go through, man. No offseason. Just came off an injury. It's going to take time. Like Kristaps Porzingis. Same with him. No offseason. Just came off a bad injury, surgery. It's taking time for both of them. That's why they're both on the trade market. Which they kind of deserve to. Kristaps, I don't think so. But I can see why they want to trade him. But Kemba, yeah, I never really liked the fit with this team. But the fact that people want to blame it all on Kemba is kind of crazy to me. Like, I've seen people saying Danny Ainge, his first mistake was trading Terry Rozier for Kemba Walker, which is stupid to me. Because Kemba was just an all-star starter last year. What was Terry Rozier last year? Yes, he's having a great season this year. But last year, he wasn't really nothing. And you compare him to an all-star starter last year. And then people don't really look at everything. Like, bro, he just came off a fucking injury and a surgery, bro. And a short off season, the shortest off season of all time. Bro, it's really, like, you can't put all that on him. The fact that they want to trade him, I give you that. That's nothing wrong with that. But, like, the fact that y'all want to blame this all season, I mean, the Celtics looking terrible on him is crazy. I feel like the big part is Danny Ainge, because not trading Gordon Hayward, giving up Gordon Hayward for nothing is stupid. To me, it's stupid. And you could have had Miles Turner, a center that you guys wanted for a long time, and a perfect center for y'all team, and you don't trade him because you want an extra piece with Miles Turner, and the extra piece is one of the best damn players on the team. Like, no, bro, no, that's stupid. That's a stupid trade, and that's the part of the reason why they're not that good. And now you probably wonder, like, how can they fix it? I just said all that stuff about Kemba, but the Celtics want to win now, and Kemba is not looking that good right now, so trade him while he has some value. Along with, they have a lot of good young players. Aaron Nesmith showed a lot of good things this season. Grant Williams is a consistent player, a really decent player. And I don't know, like, them young guards, they got Tremont Waters, Cam Edwards, I think that's the name. Like, they're pretty good, I guess. But, like, they probably got some value that the Magic would want. They have a lot of hurt players, so they would definitely want it right now. But if you trade like Kemba and probably Grant Williams for Vucevic and Chuma Okeke, because y'all need help on that defensive side. And Chuma Okeke is nice on defense. But you just get a center that can score at all three levels, that can be a paint, can help out in the paint as far as defense, and it just helps out. Because he's also a decent playmaker at the center position. And it will help out with the team a lot more. Like I said, Marcus Smart, he can help out with the playmaking part. And I always feel like he can be this starting point guard for this team. But I don't know. I guess they never had trust in him. And a big reason why they're losing right now is because Marcus Smart has been out for almost a month now. So Marcus Smart is so valuable to this team, and I don't I feel like he doesn't get the recognition, but he's so valuable to this team, and you can see it throughout this long stretch of losses that they're getting because they just don't have that great perimeter defender. They don't have that playmaker, and they don't have that voice, that heart on the floor like Draymond Green is to the Warriors. He's the heart. He's a voice. I say if Draymond Green ever gets hurt, the Warriors gonna be fucked this season because he's the reason why everybody's looking good. Like, he makes players around him better. Marcus Smart makes players around him better. So I just can't wait till they get Marcus Smart back because I feel like maybe that can help them out a little bit more, and then maybe that can make them realize that like they don't really need Kemba. Hopefully they can just push for Vucevic because I feel like that will help this team out a little bit more, and then it will just take some of the pressure off Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like somebody just said, an anonymous player just said, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown don't really do anything else but score. They don't really help anybody around them, and I feel like that was only being said because they're losing a lot lately. I feel like if it was last year, nobody would have said that. But still, it's somewhat true because you can see all they really do is score. They don't really play make. Jason Tatum is a tough shot maker. Like, he takes a lot of tough shots, but he makes them things. And it kind of stops the game a lot when he misses those. And they don't really have a playmaker like in the end of the Mavericks game. They didn't really have a playmaker, and that was a part of the reason why they lost because they were just doing ISOs. And ISOs in the late game, sometimes that shit doesn't work. So, I don't know, man. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. My mom really threw me off when she came in here. But, yeah, I feel like they need to go get Vucevic. Marcus Smart need to come back, be healthy. And if they go out with a lineup with Marcus Smart, whoever starts at the 2, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Vucevic at the 5, I feel like it's an amazing lineup. You can start Aaron Nesmith at the 2, a shooter, a decent perimeter defender, and a person that doesn't really need the ball a lot, can play all ball all the time. So, I don't know. I feel like the problems just start with Danny Ainge, man. That's where the problem started at. Not getting Miles Turner that's dumb. That's dumb. Cause that's the crazy part. They wanted him for so long, and then out of nowhere, now you want T.J. Warren and Victor Oladipo. What? That is being too greedy, bro. Being too greedy. But other than that, this is it for this video, man. I also wanted to talk about the Nuggets, but like I already said a lot about the Nuggets in the last few episodes. It's just heavy Jokic and nothing else. Even though Jamal Murray had a decent game yesterday, it's very on and off for him. They're not really using Michael Porter like that. They need help. They need to go get PJ Tucker, especially for the defensive side of the ball. They need PJ Tucker. But yeah, that's it for this video. We'll be back whenever I find a topic. The topics, they just be coming up out of nowhere. Like, I literally just thought about this topic 30 minutes ago and I was driving. They just be coming out of nowhere. But I'll talk.